I wanted to give you a little tour of Canvas and what your students see when they log in at school or when they log in at home. Um, uh, if each one of my classes has a link to a home page, and every day that we have class, I'll put in there the date, and I'll put in a little blurb of what we're doing and a couple of links to the assignments that we're doing that day. So if ever your student is absent or sick or has to be out for a little while, they should know where to go. Just going to the home page and going to the date that they missed, so they don't need to wait to come back to school to find out what they're missing in class or what they can do to get caught up. There's also, if your student logs in and clicks on grades, they can go to their grades and they can see if there's any assignments that are missing. They can also see if they have something that's turned in and there's a score. And if their score is not 100%, then they can click on, there's usually a little comment box when I grade the student's work. If I don't give them 100%, I'll either give them a comment, or there'll be a rubric that I click on that they can look at the rubric and see what they're missing. And those are right here. So if I click on that comment, they can read the comment, and it says, "Good job, the poster needs to have your name on it," so you can print it. And so any assignment that they do not get full credit on, they can always go back and fix it and resubmit it, and I'll regrade it for full credit. They have until the end of the term to get any late work in. I will not be taking late points off for late work. One thing you may notice is that some of your student scores are 50%, like 12 out of 25 or 10 out of 20. Usually that's an indicator that the student has a missing assignment. This year I've been changing my policy. Instead of giving a 0 for an assignment that was not turned in, I'm going to give them 50%. It's still an F, but it doesn't hurt their overall grade as badly as a 0 does from a missing assignment. This gives students a chance to be able to get caught up and not feel like they're always drowning and failing. But they can see here any missing assignments or any scores that they want to redo. They can redo those scores. They can also click on modules here on the left-hand side, and with modules, most of my curriculum is set up in groups or modules is what we call them, and they can see what's inside that module, and they're listed on this modules page in order of when we are doing them in class. So if you have a student that is further behind, they can go to the module and just start with the last thing they remember doing, or they can check their grades and see what was the last thing that they turned in and start from there in the modules. Or if you have a student who is excelling and loves this and is doing great and wants to move ahead, they can go to the modules and look forward. For instance, in this vector graphics module, this is my digital design class. There is at the bottom here, academic support, or some extra things that they can do and some extra tutorials that can help them if they finish all of their work. Some of my assignments require the use of Adobe products, like Adobe Illustrator or Adobe Photoshop. If your student is at home and needs to work on those products, if you go to adobe.com's website, and if they click on the sign in button over here, and they can type in their school email address, so they'll log in with their school email address and their password from their school email address, then it will give them access to those two programs, and they can download them and use them on their home computer. If this does not work for you, or your student is not able to do this and they are stuck at home for quarantining, or they are sick, or for whatever reason, please send me an email and I can help work something out with you and your student in particular. Students who are in my web development class are using Replit. That is an online program that they are able to sign in from home anywhere that they have the internet, and they can work on their projects from home. If they just go to repl.it and go to login, they can use the Google button there and sign in with their Gmail account, and then they have access to their REPLs. When a student creates a REPL, it will load with their code here and their output here. A couple of things that can help students. If your student is working from home and is struggling, they can click on the share button right here, and they can search for me, type my email address in, Reynolds@alpinedistrict, and hit invite, and that will send an invitation to me and I will be able to log in and I can see their project, and there'll be a little chat window that I can type in directly to their project and give them some hints to help them through. So if your student is working from home with web development and is struggling, it works really well for them to share that with me, invite me to their REPL, and then we can work on it together. If it's possible, I will try to organize a time between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock with your student that we can actually be online at the same time. And if we're working on the same REPL, then we can work together at the same time, and I can help your student through with that.